Hello everyone and welcome back to Lakeburg Legacies, where we've got a bit of a tough position going on. People are quite gloomy and desperate, and it's causing a lot of deaths to happen quite early. People are taking a lot of life expectancy off every single year. Also not helped by the loss of morale and other such things. Our other meter's not too bad. Our faith is doing pretty well. That's because the church and the pleasure house, which really both work in positive ways despite them being polar opposites, but don't think about it too hard. So probably today we want to focus on getting our entertainment value up, and I think we can do that via a theatre. We're going to need a lot more wood and stone yet, so let's get time ticking along. We've also got a lot of people who are either single, but usually they're too old. A lot of people are going to die, and I don't want to have to remarry them to someone, because it will just go horribly wrong again. So all of those guys are just going to have to wait to death. I mean, we're expecting a few new deaths pretty soon indeed, in fact. I don't remember exactly who, but we're going to definitely struggle. Let's get time ticking along, and we'll see what happens. Prestige, we're doing okay, but we could definitely be doing with more, that's for sure. We're going to spend a bit of money to increase our gold production with my ore here. I mean, that is not a very quick way to make money, but it's still useful. It's better than nothing. But first, we've got some Penelope and Amabel. According to rumour, the world's end is nigh, and everyone will soon disappear into a gigantic explosion of evil magic. Penelope believes that the apocalyptic warning signs should be taken very seriously. In contrast, Amabel finds the concept inspiring, suggesting we lighten the mood with some stories and songs. What should we do? We can prepare for the worst. That makes everyone scared. Or we can let off some steam. Let's let off some steam. The situation is a tad too gloomy, so one might as well laugh about it. Bards begin composing funny songs, which becomes very popular, and Amabel eventually adapted them into Baron Teller's apocalyptic epic. Success was immediate, and the rumour-mongering ordeal soon converted into a classic of local folklore. Better to laugh it off, absolutely. We're having a bit of an issue with our robbery as well. So that's to do with protection. I don't know if we can do that in the Thieves Guild. We don't have enough space to put some new in. So at the moment that's struggling, but that might just be from a temporary... That might be from a temporary issue, but that's again going to knock our morale down. Which is not ideal. Not ideal in the slightest. Anyone need any work done? Don't think so. We have a homeless villager. That suggests to me there's probably a new child. Oh, hang. Speaking of children. Homeless children. Ralph's been sleeping on the streets for some time. Now it's not an easy life, per se, and at his age it's even worse. Yuli and Ilana seem to have a house big enough so the All-Wind family could adopt Ralph, but is it really possible? Yeah, let's get him back into a family. Hey presto, the family grows. What more could they want? Yuli and Ilana are sure they made the right decision. Hello, cat. Ralph's future now looks much brighter than what he anticipated. Excellent. But there is someone homeless, and who is it? It is... Oh, goodness me, lots of people. We have Honorine and Euphemia. Honorine, are you good at anything? You are an okay priestess, blacksmith, and lady of the evening. I think we probably need a new blacksmith, don't we? So let's go have a look. Okay, we have two people in the forge, and right now we're actually not making quite enough weapons, so I'm going to put Honorine in here, and she can produce some additional stuff for us. That should sort out our production just about. We will need to still increase that slightly just because of the work ambiance. But I think we can't... We can up production. I'd rather up production of the weapons more than anything else. That requires a lot more money than we have at the very moment. Also, we need to get you married. Also, Euphemia, are you good at anything? You're good as a miner, huntress, or fisherwoman. I think we'll put you into the mines because I think we do need them. Actually, I'd rather probably have you as a mason than a mine. Would you be okay with the mason's workshop? You would be not excellent. Where else can I put you that would be useful? Huntress, miner, fisherwoman. I don't think we need a fisherwoman at the moment. I could put you in, but I'm not sure it's entirely necessary. But we'll put you in there, that's okay. And we'll get you to marry, or someone married at least. So if I go to, first of all, if I go to bar to see if there's anything useful here. 16 bread for some iron, that's okay, I don't need that. And I certainly don't need 40 weapons for 40 prestige. That doesn't feel worth it in the slightest. In terms of any new characters, Hunter, Mason, Miner, Seamstress, Huntress, and Miner. I don't think we need either of you at the moment. But I would like to focus on getting that theatre up and running. So let's first of all get you lot into houses. It's going to require more wood than I'm willing to spend, but I don't really have a choice. Would you be a good match for each other, I wonder? We'll have to see. So I mean, then Honorine, you can go in here. And Euphemia can go in here. Vanda, maybe when he comes of age, can marry one of them. Let's see if we have anyone good for these two. We'll start with Honorine first. We'll see if there's anyone in Lakeburg per se. Actually, you and Euphemia would be a very good match for each other. You both like reading in the countryside, and you dislike divination and the art of war. You disagree on music, however. But actually, that works pretty well. Let's see if we can get you two married. Positives are reading in countryside, dislike divination and the art of war. I want to say this one here. No, that's wrong. Do they like libraries? They do like libraries, wonderful. And I think they dislike war, so talk about painting? No. We might need to try that one again. We're going to send them on a second date, I think. If I go back to couples, we're going to find our soulmate again. I know they've already had a previous bad date, but we're going to try again. Countryside and reading against the art of war and divination. So, mention less countryside around Lakeburg. Wonderful. Let's talk about this one here. No, 1 out of 3 still. And they dislike divination, so I'm saying that... No. Oh, goodness me, that's the second date gone wrong. Trying to memorise this is harder than it seems. Love is just not very good. Can we try once more? We'll try once more. We'll try once more for a successful marriage. This is another rehash. We're going to get this right. Minstrels, I'm going to say talk about cuddles. What? No, because they disagree on music, so that's stupid. Talk about the sufferings of war. I know that was correct. And talk about great libraries. 2 out of 3. Okay. I'm happy. We'll get them married. Hopefully, given it's the third date, they should still be okay. So I do, and actually that saves us a house as well. We've got a spare house to do something with. Wonderful. Good. Good. Any new things here? 28 days for the next one along. We also have a new baby. Just go with that. The Bauer family have had little Anne. Anne might be a very good teacher, a taster, or a prankster. Excellent. Definitely see that working well. We're producing a lot of wood now, which is good, because really we do need quite a bit. I'm also a little bit concerned by our farm, because we're actually actively losing wheat, and we're barely making enough vegetables, so we probably need to get another farmer in. Because this is now too expensive for people. It's kind of way too expensive to get more production up in here, so if we can get a new person in, that'd be wonderful. Or maybe we can rejig someone else around. We also have a new baby. Where's the new baby? 5 have had the family of George. Little baby George. Guard, painter, and assassin. May well be worth it in the future. I just want to see if there's someone else I can put in the farm instead. I can put Sybil in. She's 69. She's almost certainly going to die soon. I can put Alasdair in, or something else. All these guys are quite old. If I put Alasdair in here, am I now losing food? No, I'm still making plenty of food. That's okay. So we'll put Alasdair in there. He's not producing much wheat. So we could definitely do with increasing that. About 1750. That's a lot of gold to spend. I do want to build this theatre. I think it's important. We'll just keep on, as much as possible, using our builders' tickets in a productive manner, because we need to get out of this kind of lurch, being gloomy and desperate. It's not going to go well for us otherwise. Any new people that I need to deal with? No, all of you are single, but you've all had partners die on you. I don't want to do that to someone else, I would say. Alasdair I could give a new partner to. 2735, maybe him and Loop could go together? But Loop's quite weak. Alasdair's still got a lot of life ahead of him. If I can find a couple internally within Lakeburg, then that's fine. I think if I just don't want to take any more from the surrounding area. Would you get on with Loop? You would actually, feasting and flowers. You like feasting, you dislike flowers. Let's try that. Let's say abolish the death penalty. You dislike flowers, so let's do that. And we'll talk about gossips. Is that a 3 for 3? That might have been a 3 for 3 if we were lucky. Yes, it was. Okay, Alasdair and Loop, you can get married. And you're roughly the same age, although Loop is going to probably die a little bit before you. I wouldn't normally do that, but it at least works quite well within this context. Okay, let's get time ticking along again. And it means they'll probably be a bit happier, and that also gives us probably a bit more prestige, money, hearts, etc, etc. We're still not making enough weapons in the forge. Can we upgrade that? Let's upgrade that with the money we have. And now we should be making enough for what we need. Excellent. We're still not making enough wheat, however, even with 4 farmers. We have another homeless child. Otto and Pepin want to adopt Evander. Sure, why not? I don't see any disadvantages in having them be adopted. We do have someone homeless. Who's homeless now? Oh, Evander's come of age, so it doesn't really matter. Technically, he is now a single man, so he'd be a good jeweler, thief, or seamster. Well, first of all, we can put him in a house because we have some free. Evander can go in here. We need to find him a partner, maybe a farmer or an actor, or a gatherer. For now, Evander, you can go in here, at least produce some apples for us. We need to get you married to someone. An actor, blacksmith might not be the worst thing in the world, or really an actor or a farmer, I would say. Croupier, merchant, prankster, teacher, actor, bard. Here we go. Singer's bird. That's another singer's bird, but you both have excellent facial hair. You both like reading and silver and gold. Let's give it a go. Books won't corrupt the young, so we'll talk about this one. Flowers? No. And I think you liked painting. No. Bugger. I'm going to get you... am I going to get you married? The love's not very good. We'll try it. I think they'll probably have a loveless marriage. Yeah. We'll see if we can get them to kind of like them a bit, like each other a bit more. Because loveless marriages aren't very useful. It means it causes divorces, and that's not useful in the slightest. And then we need to get this building done, this theatre, and I'm sure we can build that now. Wonderful. We need to get this issue sorted. So Sigisbert, you're an actor now, sir. Wonderful. So now our villagers might become bored, that's morale down, but they're not actively kind of suicidal anymore, which is probably a good thing in the grand scheme of things. Hildebald, you are now ready to take on an apprenticeship. You'd be a good dancer, actor, and priest. Well, lucky for you, the theatre has just opened up for business. So you can go be mentored under Sigisbert. That worked well, wonderful. A few people have got loveless marriages. Unfortunately, that's going to happen. Just do the best we can with what we have. We're up to 88 villagers. I'm sure more will happen over time. We have a new homeless villager. Who is that? Asturias has come of age. A healer, a teacher, or a bard. You could go in the hospital, maybe. I don't know if we need a second person in the hospital. But Asturias, you can pop in here. Another descendant of the Lightfoots, one of the earlier families we had. Do we need another person in the hospital? We could probably do with another one, to be honest. And that's the training post. That's the wrong one. A field has also come of age. We need to deal with that in a second. How is our health doing in general? We can probably put you in here, Asturias, just to be a doctor, and that gives us a little bit more health. That puts us in a more positive aspect there. A field needs a house, so we'll build a house for her. It's part of the Fifers. We'll just make sure that they're not a good match for each other, Asturias and a field. If not, we'll send them out into the wider dating pool. You would be okay for each other. You would be excellent. And they're romantic and social. That could work, actually. The only thing that they really get on with is disliking reading. They're not big readers. I mean, given a field is simple, that might be why. But we'll send them on a date. They don't like reading, so I doubt they're going to like libraries, so we'll do that one. I'm going to ask Tindra just to give me some help here. Everyone knows the big muscles imply a small brain. I'll recite a poem. Try the muscles? No. And talk about... It doesn't help because this doesn't tell us if it's positive or negative. And I'm going to say talk about money. No. If I do that, they're just going to have a loveless relationship if it's only 1 out of 3. Their affinity is excellent, but their love is low. We can send them out for another date, I suppose. We'll try one more date. Internally, as it were. We will ask Tinge for help again, though. They don't like reading, so we'll talk about that. Talk about divination? Nope. And... cuddles? 2 out of 3. That's a slightly better date. So, if you don't succeed once, try again. They're going to get married. Hopefully they're not in a loveless marriage. Oh, they're infatuated with each other. Wonderful. And that also gives us a spare house, which is useful, which we don't need to build another one for the time being. This building site, what's the issue? It doesn't seem to be a huge one. A field. You'd be a good thief, jeweler, or seamstress. And when I say a good one, you'd be an exceptionally average one, to be honest with you. But what can we do? We just have to make things work. Put you in the building slot. There's bad work ambiance here, which is hardly ideal. I don't know if we need more jewels. We're making plenty. Oh, we're only making +3 jewels actually. So Theod, you can come in here. You can produce enough jewels to keep us in the positive. We're still struggling with wheat. It seems like the farm is one of the real kind of big issues we have at the moment. 1750 to get more wheat in production. I think we will save up for that. We're not all too far off in terms of money to be able to do that. Oh! Okay, we've had 2 new babies, and because of that, the health has gone down significantly. But our family have had Nathan, and the Ehrlich family have had Martine. Martine would be a good actress, blacksmith, or taster. And Nathan would be a good teacher, bard, or man of the evening, of course, when he comes of age. Rodent's Nest, we're going to need to put someone in here. Pretty much anyone we can. Arguably, the king's actually the best person to put in here. We can't do that. Comrade, we can't take out of the farm. Edwige, I'd rather not take out because she's the heiress, although her health is struggling somewhat. Do we need a second priest? I'm not sure we need a second priest, so Roger, you're popping in here. And we're still doing pretty well on health. Oh, and faith, sorry. So I think that's the better option there. And we also have a new child to deal with, Aldous. Be a decent rat trainer, build it all night. Could we put you in the building site as a potential apprentice? Yes, we can. We'll put you under Lois. And we also have Martha. Martha would be a good livestock farmer, lady of the evening, or jeweller. But first, free wedding outfits. Today is the Crown Festival. To ensure the event is remembered for generations to come, the king spared no expense. Everyone in the village will be offered an outfit for an occasion. The people of Lakeburg all rushed to the tailors. However, the peasants soon noticed differences between their outfits and the artisans. The materials, dyes, and decorations were not the same. Why, of course, replied the latter. The importance of this event doesn't mean social classes are not to be differentiated. So I can make the artisans all offended and make the peasants joyful, or make the artisans joyful and the peasants disappointed. I'm going to offend the artisans. I think keeping the peasants on side is important. The king magnanimously, I cannot say words today, or ever, offered an outfit of the same value to everyone. No distinction was made, except for artisans willing to pay extra for the outfit of their dreams. The peasants were delighted, but this decision deeply offended the artisans. So be it. Martha, you be an okay livestock farmer, jeweller, or lady of the evening. Do we already have... We've already got 2 apprentices in the livestock farm. I'm not sure we want to put you in for a third. Do we have somewhere else that you could go instead, I wonder? Do I need another... How old are you, Irvin? Irvin's 9. I'm not sure we're going to need 4 jewellers that soon. Mail. Martha, you might not be a bad merchant. Certainly mail's not a great one. But you might be able to do something useful there. Let's go to the farm and increase production of our wheat. That should solve our wheat issue, I would hope, going forward. Wonderful. And now looking at buildings. After the theatre comes the barracks. How are we doing in terms of protection in general? We're on the lower side. We could definitely do with building that, the barracks and the bard's house. And the school. Interesting. But I'd like to work on stuff like the banquets. But that requires a great deal of stuff, my word. It requires us to get a lot of... Actually, we've got quite a bit of wood, so that's not necessarily a problem. Joseph Wallace, you'd be a good mason, hunter, or man of the evening. We'll put you into the masonry workshop. We always need more stone going forward. I don't know if there's that many apprentices here anyway. There's only 1. We'll put you onto Eve to apprentice. Wonderful. You should do well there. Have a good next 12 years of your life, and we'll check back in on you as things progress. We can build the butcher's workshop, and that produces meat. However, I'm not sure we need meat. We're doing okay for meat for the time being, and we don't necessarily need to go for paintings. So I'm not sure I want to focus on that. I want to focus on the banquet. I just need a bit more stone, and then we can make that work, which would be wonderful. Speaking of the mason's workshop, if I have some spare money, I would love to increase the amount of production we can do, but that's expensive to do. Oh, we've had a new baby. The Morrow family have had a baby, Everard. Good painter, mason, or guard. Okay, we can probably find somewhere for you to go. Maybe the masonry department when it comes time to do so. I'm not sure who needs to work in the banqueting area, but I want to try and get my prestige as high as possible. We just need a A little bit more stone. Oh, that might be enough. We can construct the butcher shop again, but that's not what I really want at the moment. I want to get this banquet underway. Oh, we need 3 more stone. Also, there's another little baby, Sigrid, livestock farmer, jeweler, and dancer. Okay, I'm sure we can get something happening there. And we've had another new baby. The Baden family have had little Chloe. Chloe would be good as a fisherwoman, a prankster, and teacher. Okay, we'll see how they grow up. See that little bit more stone from the sadness. We need to do a little bit more stone, but Edmund has died, and I believe Edmund was a priest or potentially a man of the evening. Who are you married to? Oh, you already married to Milo. That's fine. I don't think you were married to anyone else, so at least no one else should be struggling there. However, we might need a new man of the evening, just to ensure our faith is still positive, or at least a priest. In the recruitment, either you lady or man of the evening, you're not. You're a good farmer though, Cletus. I might grab you anyway. But I also want to potentially think about what will be needed from this new job, the banqueting. I don't know if that's going to be something to do with the inn or something similar. Right now I can build that banquet, so I'm going to do so, because then that tells me what I need to deal with. So 6 builders tickets, but it'll be worth it to get the banquet underway. And who works in here? I'm just going to put Sybil in here temporarily. So that uses beer and food, I see. And 4 workers are needed for the production. I don't know how much. Goodness me. 4 workers. Can we spare 4 workers? I suppose we can try and find 4 workers from somewhere. Kind of from places that are not needed. Certainly not the lumberjack area or the farm. Hunter's cabin, we're still making good enough production of food. So Marion, I think. Oh no, we need you for the leather. Clothing +7, so Ilana, come out of there. No, that's too much, otherwise we're going to struggle. Oh, because they've got a good work ambiance, I see. If I take out Sabine, even worse in terms of clothes. Bed of 17, can I take out Penelope? Okay, we're still making enough there. We can probably take out one of these stone people, although we need the masons. Fisherman's hut, we almost certainly don't need 34 food, so Orpheus, can you come out? Yes, you can. Evander is slowly producing animals, that's okay. And I don't think we need as much iron as we do have in here. And actually, if we take out Calanthe, does that improve enough? It doesn't. I could take out Jerome. I just don't want to be losing any production, really. There we go, I can take out Penelope, Teresa, and Orpheus to join in the banquet here. I don't know how this is going to go. But I want to do a banquet. It only produces 46 prestige. That feels terrible, to be honest with you. But we're going to start it. We'll get that starting, and we'll see what happens with that banquet. In the meantime, oh, these are the tasters. I see. I think these are tasters. So if I can find some tasters, they could probably do a better job, because these guys are all probably not very good at their jobs. Okay, now I know what I need to do there. We've got up to 92 villagers. Interesting. What's the next thing we want to build? Actually, we need to get a new man of the evening, or vice versa, a lady of the evening to come in, because we're struggling otherwise. Okay. Let's carry on. We have a new person who's come of age, Gail Baden. Gail, you'd be a good priestess, queen, or rat trainer. I can put you in the church. That would work, actually. And that would at least probably temporarily solve our issues to do with faith. Although your we've got a bit of a bad work ambiance with each other. Not great. But we'll make it work. It's still going to sort out our faith for the time being. In terms of couples, let's get Gale married to someone. We'll go external. We'll see if we can find someone that you get on well with. Thief farm or livestock farm. I don't think we need you at the time being. Although farmers, I'm never going to turn down in future, I don't think. I want someone who's got like at least 3 matches with each other. 3 positive ticks, as it were. But we're going to have to wait till we get a few more hearts before we can do that. So we'll carry on going just on normal speed. I'm intrigued to see what will happen here with the banquet. Oh, and actually they become nobles once they're finished. That's interesting. That gives us some more prestige for having nobles. Although eventually I think the nobles will have to go back down to artisans and then peasants, purely because I don't think they'll be working jobs that matter enough. But I want to increase production of the prestige level considerably, and I'd also like to lower how long it takes, because I think that will be a good prestige maker for us, but we do need to increase it in a hurry. We need to put Gale into a house. We do have one spare for her. But there's also Plectrude. Plectrude is unemployed, would be a good miner. Rat trainer or priestess. We could potentially also put her in the church. Would you actually be a good match for each other? Let's have a look. Plectrude and Gale would be pretty good actually. They disagree on fishing, but they both like dueling, music, and they dislike cuddles. Let's give it a go. Money creates more problems than it solves. No. Talk about dueling. Wonderful. And we just need one more. Oh, did they like music or not? No. We'll try that one again. I'm happy for them to go on a second date. I think they'd actually work quite well together. And it means we should be able to get some positive... I might be able to fix the problem in the church with the bad ambiance. So I think we'll try that again. Go to Plectrude. There she is. That's a weird name, Plectrude, but not a problem. Criticise dueling. No. They disagree on fishing, so talk about divination. No. And this doesn't really matter, because we're going to go again for the... We're going to try again and again and again until we get a slightly better love meter. I want at least 2 out of 3, realistically. Although I imagine if I keep on getting it wrong, that will cause some issues going forward. But we will keep on trying at least, because they do have excellent affinity with each other. No cuddles before the 3rd date. I know that's fine because they don't like cuddles. Recite a poem. Wonderful. It's at least 2. And the abundance of fishermen, they disagree on fishing. So talk about good food. No, that's fine. 2 out of 3 is still not bad. I think that's an acceptable amount. Get you married. Congratulations, and you'll be put pretty much straight into the church, because having faith in a positive way would be useful. But we need a few more bits of stone before we can do that, or at least some builder's tickets. We do have some builder's tickets not far off. Speed up time a little bit. Oh, what's the issue with the banquet? The banquet stalled for some reason, I don't know why. Wow, Teresa's a terrible taster. What's the issue? Missing production resources. Oh, possibly the vegetables. Man, the farming is such a problem for us. It requires so much money to upgrade it further. If we can find a new... Is there a new farmer here? There's you, Roland. We will hire you. 385 gold is a lot. But I consider it worth it to get someone else in the farm. And we'll just increase production here. Roland, you're popping in. And that should hopefully solve our farm issues going forward. We're going to have to wait to put someone in We'll have to wait to put Plegtrude in the church because we need more stone. In fact, lots of places need more stone. So could we upgrade the masonry workshop in terms of money? We could, but it will take a lot of money. We also need to get someone. We need to get Conrad into his new house, and probably, oh sorry, Roland, not Conrad. We probably need to find him a partner. Where is he? He is there. We'll go with the surrounding area, see who we find. Someone with a positive affinity with him, like you, Viola. That's an instrument, isn't it? That's not a name. Guard, Thief and Knight. I'm not sure we need you at the moment, but I think we will pretty soon. And you just seem like a pretty snazzy person to have around. So you both like public executions, but you dislike reading and gossip. Let's give it a go. You dislike reading, so talk about that. Talk about the sufferings of war or cuddles. Cuddles? Wonderful. And you both like public executions. 3 for 3, affinity of excellent. You're going to do pretty well with each other. Wonderful. You're married. I'm not sure where to put Viola for the time being, but I'm sure we can find a good place for you. We're still kind of okay on production of most things. Probably put her in the carpenter's workshop for the time being. She'll at least produce something useful until we can move her into something more fighty. Hunter's cabin. I probably need to increase production of leather as well. We do have an apprentice of Orpheus. He's only 13, so he'll be a little while before he's ready. But it does also mean that is lowering our leather count. And Calanthe has died. Calanthe, you were... Oh, and Evander. Oh, this might be a problem. Hang on. Pause. The lumberjack and the seamstress died. Lumberjack's not ideal, but it's not like we need more for the time being. The seamstress, however, might be a problem. 25 clothes is a lot to lose. Yes, indeed, Calanthe has died. Go back to the main tab. Can we increase production? We can, but it's bloomin' expensive. I'm going to make it a little cheaper to make. Can I move someone from elsewhere? Siegfried, Berenice, Manon... Plegtrude can come in. Actually, Plegtrude can come in here. It's not ideal, but it might solve our clothing issue somewhat until I can put her into the church. And Calanthe's died. What was Calanthe doing? She was a miner. And now our iron is going down. We've only got one miner in there. That's fair enough, to be honest. Do we have any people? We have no people being mentored here at the moment. We've got a few people to put into various things. Oh wow, people died in very quick succession there. I think we will leave it there. Next time we need to solve out our slight issues with our economy, especially in clothes and iron. We get to see what feasting will do, the banquets. And hopefully we manage to solve any other remaining issues. We're in the year 61, so we've got another 13 years, 5 months and 17 days. I'm looking forward to seeing what the feasting will do. In the meantime, thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.